When the mugger or the thief stops to think twice, that is fear. That is what I am. That is why they hired assassins, because I am the reason the criminals breathe easier when the sun rises.
Batman Arkham Origins is not just the perfect Christmas game, it is also one of the best superhero games ever made, and damn it, I will die on this hill. The stealth is basically the same as Arkham City, and you do have all your different types of takedowns, which are definitely not killing anyone.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
The most major addition to the stealth is the remote claw. This gadget can be used to create tight ropes across 2 points, giving you the opportunity to perform a new type of takedown. And can also be used to pull enemies and objects 2 points, and it is just so fun to mess around with, man.
Patrol our own station house? Makes us a bunch of punks, don't it?
Oh, look at him go. This gadget single-handedly made this game's stealth one of my favorite in the series. Arkham Origins also carries over the combat system from City with just a few changes. Most of your gadgets like the batarangs, explosive gel, grappling hook, etc. return. Some have had a name change, like the freeze grenades are now called glue grenades, and some of them like the shotgun have been replaced with gadgets like remote claw, which I'm not mad about since both are fun. You still have all your different types of finishers, which are just awesome. What I also noticed is that there were a lot more times where Batman would utilize the environment during fights to bash these poor bastards, which is just great. The game is perfectly balanced on the hard difficulty with aggressive enemies that really make you pay attention to keep your combos up. They're also placed thoughtfully, which keeps fights engaging. Enemy variety is also pretty much the same with these knife guys, big dudes.
So where my hug at?
Get it off me!
These unfortunate souls who are just here to get wombo comboed into oblivion.
He's already dead.
And also you do have a bit of additional variety with enemies like these Bane goons. I just thought of the term Bane gooners and I can't get that image out of my head now. The internet was a mistake. The biggest difference is the addition of shock gloves, which charge as you attack enemies and then allow you to go absolutely badonkers on these fools with increased damage. Batman is absolutely brutal in this game, and if he wasn't already putting these crooks in lifetime hospital debt, these bad boys are just the cherry on top.
Be done. You run roughshod through my Christmas attraction, and now you can't even find.
The only real problem with the combat is that the camera can be absolutely miserable at times. This game throws a lot of enemies at you in indoor spaces at times, which makes the camera go full retard mode. I also experienced some hilarious bugs during my time with this game. Here, this last dude ended up getting stuck in a wall, so I had to restart the entire stealth section again. Here, Batman beat this fucker so hard he broke reality and had him stuck in midair hitting the confused monkey pose. This can also happen sometimes. Wow, Batman really be having these fools shook. Here, Batman himself started tripping balls, and the game physics can also do this at times. What? Batman, stop! What are you doing, man? Other than that, the combat is still incredible with the silky smooth free flow design. Animations are awesome and sound effects are tuned to sound a bit more realistic this time around, but still carry that oomph.
I am loading your way.
And the fighting only gets better as you upgrade Batman and learn to chain all the tools you have at your disposal effectively during fights. Once again, there are not a lot of things more satisfying than becoming a ballerina of beatdowns in these games.
It's so beautiful.
The actual missions are a lot of fun as well. They do a great job of utilizing the game's core strengths while also spicing things up with the setting, enemy variety, set pieces, and actual detective work. Arkham Origins is the best representation of the world's greatest detective aspect of Batman in this entire series. There are gameplay sections where you analyze clues, virtually reconstruct crime scenes, and figure out every little detail to get to the bottom of a case.
This bullet was fired from a revolver. Ballistics analysis indicates a low angle of trajectory. The shooter could have been someone of Penguin's height, but the pattern in the gunpowder residue suggests the bullet was actually fired by someone lying on the ground.
Another thing Arkham Origins does the best in the series are the boss fights. Well, this Batmobile game with Batman as DLC has you fight Deathstroke in a damn tank battle. Here you go toe to toe with Slade in an incredible mano-a-mano showdown where the testosterone is just leaking through the screen. It's so damn good. But that's the most well-known example. Other fights, such as this one with Bane, which feels like it's straight out of a horror game, and this one with Firefly are also fun as hell. Add to that arguably the best set pieces in this franchise, and ladies and gentlemen, you have an absolute banger on your hands. Now, unlike the other aspects we've talked about till now, the open world of Arkham Origins is quite a bit different from its predecessor.
It's midnight, sir. I just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas.
You too.
This game takes place during Christmas Eve, and my god does this game do the festive setting justice. Sorry, I meant justice. Since canonically this game's events take place before the events of all the other games in the series, this map is comprised of two parts: pre-Arkham City Gotham, which is basically a reskin of Arkham City's map, plus a new section of Gotham, and both these are separated by a bridge. It was fun to see how things used to be in this part of Gotham before someone had the bright idea of putting every goddamn criminal in one part of the city. Outside it's snowing, covering the roofs and streets. Christmas decorations light up the roads and buildings with colors. All the various indoor areas aren't shy in the decorations department either, and they just have this sense of warmth to them. Hell, this is the only game in the series where the Batcave is featured as an essential hub area for the gameplay. The tone of this game is genuinely perfect. Just gliding around as the snow falls on his cape is so atmospheric. It's a whole vibe, bruh.
It's all about the vibe.
Seriously man, the level of immersion in Arkham Origins is surreal. It might arguably be the most immersive game in this series. And the actual graphics have also aged very well. Character models are good, the lighting is gorgeous and does a great job at serving the overall tone for immersion. There are so many times where you can tell the game is intentionally lit up to look like a comic panel, and it's just awesome. People are out here stressing over graphics slop RTX, which doesn't even make a difference good enough to justify the insane performance cost in 99% of games, and also incentivizes devs to be lazy when it comes to pre-baked optimized lighting techniques. Meanwhile, we already had actually meaningful next-gen technology called physics, and it is on full display here. The way the smoke reacts to movements of the player and the environmental objects, the way the snow deforms, like damn bro, when you fight outdoors the snowfall actually forms trails as Batman moves. It is genuinely mind-blowing. This is the kind of technology we actually need, the one that is based on gameplay interactivity rather than just trying to make everything have mirror-like reflections. By the way, if you're enjoying your time here and want more content like this in the future, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot and I really appreciate it, my dudes. Now, in terms of traversal, this is the only game in the series where we have a fast travel feature, and that is because the actual traversal feels really slow. Like, even though you do have the grapnel boost and people say the gliding speed is the same as it was in City, it just feels too slow here, man, especially because of the bigger size of the map. But fortunately on PC, which is the only modern platform where this game is available, by the way, this problem can be fixed in two ways. You can enable console commands and enter 3 lines, or you can download a mod for traversal speed. The only downside of the console command method is that you have to enter the 3 commands every time you restart the game, which isn't the problem when you use the mod instead. On the other hand, the upside of the console command method is that it gives you more control over the tweaking. Either way, I'll link to both those methods in the description down below. But the bottom line is, using these, you can make the gliding as fast as Arkham Knight, which instantly makes the traversal 10 times better. But enough about that. What do you actually do in the open world? I've already talked about the main missions, so other than that, there are the usual random crimes where you have to beat ass to stop robberies and that sort of stuff. Traversal challenges are also here. Riddler puzzles and trophies return, but now they are called Enigma data packs. You also have these towers which you hack to enable fast travel to that particular location. The Batcave acts as a hub where, other than the mission related stuff, you can change the bat suits and do combat challenges where you can even play as the last climax himself, Deathstroke. There are anarchy missions where you have to reach and defuse bombs, which I'm gonna be honest are really only fun if you have the faster gliding that I mentioned before.
Find us!
And finally, we have the best type of side missions in the game, which are the most wanted missions. These missions feel essential since they are basically villain-focused quest lines which see Batman taking on villains like Deadshot, Mad Hatter and more that don't appear in the main story. And now that I've mentioned it, it is finally time to talk about the story. Batman Arkham Origins is set around 8 years before the events of Arkham Asylum during Bruce's second year as Batman. On Christmas Eve, crime lord Black Mask places a $50 million bounty on Batman's head, attracting 8 elite assassins to Gotham. At the same time, the city becomes a playground for gangs, corrupt cops, and criminals to take advantage of the night. It is now up to our boy Batman to put an end to the madness. Arkham Origins has some of the most beautiful, iconic, and memorable shots in any Batman media ever. There are a lot of shots in this game which look like they've been pulled straight off the pages of a comic book. The stellar writing is no different either. So many dialogues here which give me goosebumps every time I go back and play this game again.
You hear that? Sounds like 8 tiny reindeer.
And my god man, this game's soundtrack is a straight up masterpiece. Christopher Drake created an OST that captures the struggles, the anger, the energy, and the eventual transformation into a hero of a younger Batman perfectly, and then adds a Christmassy spice to it. But the best part about Arkham Origins' story is how it treats its characters. Everyone gets their moment to shine. Alfred is fucking fantastic in this game and feels like an actual character rather than just a guy in the chair. His interactions with Bruce are some of my favorite parts of this entire game.
What? You're not some hardened vigilante. You're a young man with a trust fund and too much anger. You're in over your head and I don't want this to be your end.
Barbara Gordon has limited screen time, but this game makes every interaction she has with Batman count.
Wait. Why do you do what you do?
Because I made a promise.
Hell, this game has what I consider to be the best Bane we've ever had on screen. Bane is one of the main villains in this story, and this man actually has aura for once. He feels like an actual threat here and not just some mindless, roided up TikTok boy.
Move it along, big boy.
No, he's coming for you now. And when he gets here, I'm going to kill him. So you wait.
The festive setting itself serves a purpose. It is not just here to be the eye candy mix that is Batman and Christmas. It is here to tell a story. While everyone is inside in the warmth of their homes during the time of the year which is all about our loved ones, our family, this one man is more comfortable being out there in the cold hunting down criminals alone. In my humble opinion, Arkham Origins explores the character of Batman, of Bruce Wayne, on a much more personal level than any other story in this series. This is a younger, angrier Batman who has a chip on his shoulder for vengeance. He's much less calculated and very often has to resort to improvisation to deal with situations. Don't get me wrong, he is an absolute badass.
You took an oath to uphold the law. When I see you again, I expect you to be following that oath to the letter.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
But he does mess up and makes mistakes as well. Early on in the game, he accidentally chokes a criminal too hard while interrogating him to the point that he passes out.
Damn.
Then he's like,
I think we ain't done yet.
So he wakes him up by dangling him upside down off the side of a building with one arm. I'm telling you, man, bro is an absolute menace in this game.
Please, stop. I'll talk. I'll tell you anything you want to know. Please.
Too late. I already have what I need.
No! You're crazy. You're freaking crazy.
This story brings Batman's flaws to the forefront. He is arrogant, he struggles to let people in, he considers trusting and getting help from people to be a weakness. Hell, one of my favorite parts of this game is this mission where you have to break into the GCPD building and Batman just beats the shit out of these cops because he considers all of them to be corrupt.
Must you be so brutal, sir? These are city employees.
They're as corrupt as they come, and they're in my way.
I wish you'd think twice about that approach, sir. You never know when you might need their help.
It is when him and Jim the Goat Gordon are forced into working together to stop bombs that they both gain mutual respect and even consider the idea of working together. It is when he almost loses Alfred that he realizes that his mindset has been wrong this entire time. That he's not some unstoppable one-man army, that letting people in, having allies, and accepting love and help from others is a strength, not a weakness. That he doesn't have to be alone.
They need you.
No. They need us.
This is a tale about Batman the myth.
I heard the rumors, but you're not supposed to be real.
Who tore this place apart?
Learning to become Batman the hero.
You saved us. You're a hero.
Just get yourself and the others to safety as soon as I'm gone.
Remember how I explained that Bro is deviously brutal in this game at times? Well, part of his arc in this game is also about learning restraint. Because if he doesn't understand these qualities, he is no better than the madman he's trying to stop, the Joker. Holy fucking shit, man. The way this game establishes the relationship between Joker and Batman is just masterful. You get to dive inside the mind of both of these two sides of the same coin. Batman has faced dangerous threats before. Hell, he had just faced a half-man, half-crocodile freak earlier this night. But he has never faced anything like this. This monster who kills just for the hell of it. Chaos personified.
How many lives did you just take?
None! I think that was just a little stocking stuffer. A construction site blocking my view.
When they first meet, Joker doesn't really give a shit about Batman. He's just another obstacle in his path, which he wants eliminated. But later on, Batman being Batman saves the Joker from dying, risking his own life in the process. That's when it begins. The fascination, the obsession the Joker has for Batman. The acting is phenomenal all across the board for every character, man. Troy Baker did a fantastic job as the Joker, and the incredible Roger Craig Smith absolutely kills it as a younger, angrier Batman that contrasts really well to Kevin Conroy's more experienced and wiser take on the character. Rest in peace to the GOAT. The scene where Harley thinks Joker is talking about her, but in reality he's talking about Batman, is in my opinion one of the best scenes in any form of Batman media ever.
So, may I ask, who is this person?
Oh, someone very, very special. But whose real name I don't even know yet.
My name's Holleen. Holleen Quinzel.
This game's story just has so much to say about the coexistence of Batman and Joker. The only problem I have with the story is that the pacing can be a bit off at times because of the open world stuff and because of the game getting a bit caught up in fulfilling the promise of those assassins I mentioned before. But with that being said, this is still one of the best Batman stories ever written, right up there with The Dark Knight and Arkham City. Finally, we come to the Cold Heart expansion, which serves as the origin story of Mr. Freeze in this universe. Once again, the smart writing truly shines, and I absolutely love the opening part of this DLC where you beat ass as Bruce inside Wayne Manor. Here, Batman also gets a sick-ass thermal suit, which also leads to some minor gameplay changes. For example, the open world now has hostages that can be unfreezed, your batarangs can be charged with thermal energy, shock gloves turn into thermal gloves. Like, none of this is major, but still, these are welcome variations for the purpose of this DLC. In conclusion, every aspect of Batman Arkham Origins screams that it was made by people who adore this character with all their heart, and it is a crime against humanity that this game was was never released on modern consoles. I never got the complaint of it's too similar to Arkham City when Arkham City is considered the best game in the series. Arkham Origins has the most immersive open world in the franchise, a top-notch gameplay system, amazing soundtrack, and one of the best Batman stories ever told. I said it in the beginning of the video and I'll say it here again, it is not just the perfect Christmas game, it is also one of the best superhero games ever made, and the fact that the creators were able to make this game as good as it is with the given development period of only 1 year is nothing short of a miracle. I hate how this game has been dismissed time and time again when it is one of the most quintessential pieces of Batman media ever created.
That's why you do it, isn't it? You like the way it feels. It's what you need.
I absolutely love this game and would recommend it to anyone regardless of the price, but during Steam sales like the winter sale which is going on at the time of this video, you can get the game and the season pass for a total of 254 rupees or $2.83, which is an absolute steal. Huge thanks to everyone who watched this video till the end. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Maybe I can give them something to believe in. Maybe he can give them something to believe in.